Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, we're inside of No Man's Sky, and I'm by Johnny Five's Quicksilver store. Let's head on over and let's see what the progress is. I mean, looking at that bar, it doesn't look like it's moved much from yesterday. Okie dokie. It's only on 77% right now, people. I believe it was on about 70 yesterday. Now we've got these two peeping fauna banners to unlock a code. Yep, that's still the same case. Let's head on over. I will be running a Quicksilver mission in a bit, but first I'm just going to pop to my settlements and see if I've got any construction opportunities. Okay, let's have a look at my settlements. Your settlements. Pow! Conflict resolution. We've got a new visitor. Nice. Conflict resolution and conflict resolution. Well, you know what? I'm going to show you the interesting one. We're going to go and have a look at the settler that's come to become a visitor. Well, a resident. Sometimes they have an interesting backstory. We'll see if they mention anything about the Void or the Void Mother. Righto, well, I've arrived, located. Let's see if that little Gex sits on the chair, then climbs on the table and then phases through the wall. I'm hoping that they do fix some of the NPC pathing for these new overseer stations. There he goes. Now he's going to go on the table and eventually through the wall. It happens all the time. Anyway, let's head on over here. Let's have a look. See. Guild management. Okay, the settlement. Hold on. All right. Well, this isn't a new visitor. Okay. All right. Fine. Well, we'll do that then. Well, that's it. There was a new visitor. Well, that was a policy decision, wasn't it? How random. Okay, right, anyway. I'm just going to pop to all the rest of my settlements. If it pops up and I've got a visitor rather than a conflict resolution, I'll be sure to let you know. Otherwise, when I reconvene with you, we'll be looking over at Twitter and we'll be looking to see if Sean Murray has posted anything interesting. Okay, chums, now, all of the conflicts that I just encountered just ended up with me assigning some chaps to steward duty. All three of them. So, that was a little bit repetitive. Anyway, back to the spatial anomaly. And I'm going to go back to the spatial anomaly to get ready to look at whatever Quicksilver mission there is. But in the meantime, I'm just going to pop on over to the Twitter space to see if anything's been posted by Sean and the Murrays or the Hello Games team as a wider whole. Captain Steve, oh Captain Steve, oh Captain. Heck yeah, why not hit that like and subscribe? Thank you very much. Well, chums, we're over on the old Twitter space, and let's start with Sean Murray's page. Now, there's 3 pages that I tend to look at over on Twitter, quite a fair bit. There's others as well, and I do look at my own sort of feed that comes up as recommended to me. But anyway, let's have a look how busy Sean and the Murrays has been. So we have had a couple of posts of screenshots. This is quite a lovely screenshot of a colossal archive with floating islands. Lovely. I haven't retweeted that one out. There we go. Boom. There you go, Mr. Sean. And then we've got this happening, PS5 remote play on PS Vita, which is pretty darn sweet. And I've already hit a like to that, I didn't retweet that one out. And some new patches. This was going back on the 7th of July. Now we have had more patches since then. We're now on patch 5.74, which has done a lot of fixes inside of beacons, but it still doesn't fix some of the issues that I'm experiencing, especially with the market vendors down at my actual settlements themselves, which are just very squiffy indeed. Righto, so another person that I check quite often is Martin Griffiths. He works at over at Hello Games, engine programmer, but mainly on the visual side of stuff. Now, he's quite vocal when it comes to how he goes about fixing things, and sometimes it can be like being a fly on the wall to see exactly what is put out there. Now, on the 21st, he did put out something that's not related to No Man's Sky, about Journey, which is another beautiful game that's got a very similar art style. If you haven't seen Journey, it's worth taking a quick look at that. But anyway, scrolling down on here, you can see that he actually went in depth into a particular bug fix inside of patch 5.74. And yeah, it wasn't as easy as you would probably think, just to change the textures from being low resolution on the Nintendo, well, on all platforms. And in the end, they found that it was probably due to something with inside of the Switch 2 and Switch data that caused the issue, rather than it being an engine issue itself or limited to a particular graphics card or platform. It was something that got written into the build. And they only could spot it once it got into the actual live services of No Man's Sky. So that's going back to the drawing board and then working it all the way up through the dev instance into production and then see if it'll fix the issue. Couldn't have been easy, but it's nice to get that level of insight. With just one little bug, like the textures being slightly lower resolution on all platforms. It's interesting stuff, and it's good that Martin has put that sort of level of detail out there. So if you're not already following Martin over on the old Twitter space, I highly recommend doing so. Another person that I check out from time to time is that Bomber Boy. Now that Bomber Boy does a lot of data mining, jumping into the background files and putting out there whatever they find. I'm under the understanding that's become a little bit harder to do with the MBing compiler and stuff like that. And he's also retweeted Martin Griffiths' tweet as well. So I kind of see that Bomber Boy as a bit of a safety net inside the community as well. If I've missed something, he usually hasn't, which is pretty darn cool. Now there's this tool that's been worked on. No Man's Sky cartographers and build and all that sort of shenanigans. They've put together this little mini UI where you can actually catalogue all the different systems and register systems and put in your actual portal code and the naming and all that sort of shenanigans to sort of make almost like the Galactic Atlas, but one that's actually updated on a regular basis. If you do want to register your area of space, you might want to go and hit this up and take a better look at it. I haven't even liked it. I haven't even retweeted it. I haven't done a video on it, to be fair. Mainly because Hello Games has tried to do something themselves with the Galactic Atlas, and I'd rather lean towards something that's supported rather than something that's third party. But at the same time, I really do think this is an amazing feat. It's just I don't really understand exactly what benefit it brings other than having lots of portal addresses right at your fingertips and to actually do something other than what we're doing at the moment, which is just exploring and exploring for explorer's sake. At least you've got another angle of cataloguing. If cataloguing is your thing and you want to blend in-game to outside of game, this could be for you. This could really bring something to your playing day. So give it a look-see. Although it's not for me, it might be for you. So there we go. Now, we've also got the Anomaly that's making a monthly sort of presentation in like an online magazine. And the artwork in this thing is freaking sublime. Now, they are going to the meetup this year, and I've been approached and asked if I would do a little mini interview. And I've said, yes, definitely. So I might be featuring in the August edition, but that might not come out till the month after. September-y time, but we shall see. We'll see. I might be completely spannered by then. There's alcohol at this place. I might not be coherent. So we'll see. But anyway, awesome magazine, awesome artwork, fantastic little pet project, and you know what? It does bring a spotlight onto different areas of the community. It's well worth a read, and it's freaking free. You just go to No Man's Sky Zine over here. Chicka-boom, and you can download your copy straight away. There we go, boom, and here we go. Here's the actual copy right here. I mean, I don't want to go through the whole thing because you guys should be picking this up and taking a read yourselves, but it's as simple as that. There's no adverts, there's no pop-up saying, oh, please support us, jump over to Patreon and all that sort of shenanigans. This is just for the love of the community and the love of the game. So you know what, it's well worth going over, giving it a bit of a download, and then popping back over to the old Twitter space, giving the Anomaly a bit of a follow. Why the fudge not? Yeah, I'm already following the Anomaly over there. Yeah, and supporting them just by hitting the like, hitting the retweet whenever you can, which I've already done. Anyway, let's go back into games, shall we? And let's see what Quicksilver mission we can run today, if any. I might look at it and go, oh, can't be arsed. We'll see. Well, chums, looks like there's a disco going on top of the cube. Right, well, let's head on over. Let's have a look what missions there are to partake in. Tame wild creatures! Okay, we'll go do that one. And I can probably give you a couple of tips on this. I mean, there are some that people don't consider, which is building a base and putting down auto feeders. But you know what? That's a little bit long-winded to do something rather simple, isn't it? People inside the Viewerverse. I don't know what's just happened to my sound. All you can hear right now is my Winamp, right? Well, I'll teleport and we'll see if that changes. Okay, there we go. Sound seems to be better now. Right, well, let's get on out of the actual spatial anomaly. What the fudge? I was stuck in the doorway. Okay, let's head on over to this fauna-dense planet. Now, sometimes on these weekend missions, you can go to this fauna-dense planet. And yes, it's got fauna, but not the fauna that you can really overly tame all that well. It's got, like, beetly creatures or butterfly creatures, or the ones that dive in and out of the ground, or ones that just don't really react to the bait sticks. So sometimes I land on this planet to trigger the mission, and then I might fly to a neighbouring planet if this one isn't as dense in fauna as what it says. But you have to go to the planet in question first of all. And you see there, it tried to take me to the dark side of the planet. Well, a lot of creatures are not nocturnal, so you don't want to land on the dark side of the planet. Don't worry, you don't have to land exactly where the pointer is pointing you at. So where I want to go is over towards the sun. So I want to go this way a bit more. The only trouble is, look, there's a swap of frickin' ocean there. So I'm going to go down on the coastline. Now, something I'm finding more and more, though, chums, is sometimes the textures of the planet from space don't always totally align to what you see as you fly through the cloud barrier. Oh, my days, look at the terrain on this thing. It's a little bit all over the shop, isn't it? Oh, my bridge. Okay. This is an interesting looking planet, isn't it? It's got some gnarly rock life and some crazy plant life. It's got some lovely coloration as well. Okay, well, we've definitely got a creature here anyway. Let's get out my bait sticks. Where are they? There they are. Oi, there you go. Have that. Oh, he just murdered a potential other creature I could have tamed. Look at these little guys. There's a whole herd of them. Yeah, you stop murdering stuff right now. There you go. So I've already tamed like 4. Pretty darn cool. Okay, well, I'm going to take a little run over this yonder hill. Okay, we've got more creatures over this way. Perfect. So this is a good planet. I'll just chuck a couple of these out. There we are. I'll lob another one down there to those creatures that are already down there. Now, if you wait around long enough, you can just keep retaming the same creatures over and over. But on a planet where you've got quite a lot of creatures, I find it best to just search for another batch and chuck out a few more bait sticks, like we've got a load here, see? Rather than wait for the cooldown. I mean, just throw one where you came from anyway. And hopefully, if the cooldown has ended, some of those creatures might follow you, like the Pied Piper. Something over here. You don't want to go too far from your original batches of creatures, because you can just sort of circle round and go back to the ones that you was at originally. So if I start heading back towards my shipway, those creatures that were on cooldown, these guys, I should be able to refeed them again. If that big freaking T-Rex hasn't gone and murdered them, all that is. There you go. I'm on 30 of 37 already. Ow! Okay. Wrong one. Now I just want to look for one more batch of creatures. You know what, I'm going to head towards my ship and see if there's some nearby it. Oh, there we go. We're done. All the creatures have been tame-decated. Now, you could pick up all their dung, the faecium, if you really wanted to. But there was no need to do that on this mission, so I can just head on back up to the spatial anomaly. You know what? I'm going to change my ship out. I'm going to be flying in that one. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not then. Alright, fine. Let's just go back to the old spatial anomaly in this one. I can change it at the spatial anomaly if I really wanted to. Vegas! To infinity and beyond! Sweet. I'll fly on in. And we're going to claim that Quicksilver, people. Righto! Well, they've stopped dancing on the cube. Let's grab this one. And complete them on mission. There we go. Mission and completicated. You know what, I'm going to swap my ship out to that one. There we are. That's kind of my logo ship when I used to do all the 905 adventures and stuff. Beautiful ship. It's a heavy Viper in red, white and black. Very cool shippity-doo-dah. Lovely jobs. Anyway, saved. So there we go, people. So, people in the viewerverse, it's tricky. You know, if I wanted to do this video tomorrow, I honestly don't think Sean is going to post anything. I mean, he could. He could. I could run another Quicksilver mission, but I think you've seen all the Quicksilver missions that are runnable and doable, and you've probably seen all the tips and tricks that you'll ever need from my Friday jaunts with the crew. We often run the Friday weekend missions together. So unless there's any actual No Man's Sky news, like Sean Murray goes mental over on the Twitter space, or one of those peeping fauna banners actually unlocks, for now I don't think I've got too much else to do or to share inside of No Man's Sky. I mean, I have come across, you know, I'm doing the photography videos. I've got 2 more that I can do on those, and I'm planning to do those, and I might combine them with a little bit of this. I might just show the progress bar, and I might just give you a quick update on my settlements. I've been doing that anyway inside of those photo episodes. So until there's any actual news, I don't think I'm going to do any more of these ones where I just run a Quicksilver mission and look at the Twitter space. Anyway, salutamondo, goodbye, and goodbye again.